Good evening, everybody. Bear with me a moment. Right, so hello, everybody. Mark is just finishing off his stream, so if anyone's come over from Mark's channel, hello, Donegal Dad Rail there. Thank you very much. He's just finished. It's still, yep, he just finished. Thank you very much, Mark, for hanging on for an extra half an hour. Sorry for the delay. Just had a bit of a late tea, so a bit of a dashing about. So it just delayed me a little bit. But yeah, thank you very much, Mark. Minutes. I was watching the stream. As I was stuffing my korma down my throat. Yes, lovely korma. Right, let's get my stream up so I can see the chat to everybody. So let's have a look who we got. So let's turn the volume down, make sure I don't hear myself. So good evening. I'll use there we go. Right. So before even 8:30 came, Moneybot Junction was in saying he was first and did the announcement. Arthur Humphreys was in the chat just after 5:30. I hope you saw the note. And so so was Paul of Wolfsack Scenics. Everyone was saying hello to one another. Clybridge Robert, good evening, he says. Good evening to you, Mick92. Melbourne as well. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. Hope you are too. Simon Model Railway Showcase. Here comes the DB Shanker. Yes, it's there for you. Good evening, he says to everybody. Anyone says hello to Simon. Joshua's in. I'm here bobbing in after watching Donegal Daddy says. Thank you for dropping over. Who else is in the chat? Right, Tom Houston, Model Rail, good evening to you. And RGJ Trains, Rob and Grace. They've been over to Ireland today. Hot Dog Pilot Andy, here we are. He says, and Danny of Ivor Junction. Good evening, Jason, and good evening to all in the chat. Hit that like button. Thank you so much, Danny. Dragon, Alan, Lord Al's in the house. Is the shitter full? Good to see you, my friend. Aaronville's in. Howdy, he says. Everyone's saying hello to one another. Everyone's saying hello to me too. Brian of Finnerton. Jason's on GMT. Brian. Hello, Brian. Moneybrook saying hello. Hermitage Road's in. Donegal, no problem. Gave me a chance to burn my fingers. Oh dear. Soldering. Burnt your fingers soldering. Blame me. 9 p.m. What time you do Karma this? Korma this. Oh, right. I got it now. Sorry, what time do you Korma this? Charlie's in. Party kill. Only in for a short while as my better half will be dragging me to the grocery store. Gary of Leicester Station's in. Good evening, he says to everyone in the chat. King Fox Junction in. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Anyone else not said hello to yet? Alan Reynolds. Alan is in the house. Good evening, fellows, he says. There's a song about that party kill. Oswestry Road TMD. Good evening from everyone from Devon today. Be right back. Got to check emails, says Robin Grace. No problem. Flymo's in saying hello to everybody. Jason, looks like you have a silver card fallen on the steam engine. Where? No, that's the back scene, I think. Building the R step by step. Evening all. Alan White, hello to you. Thank you for joining us. I've caught up with the chat. So, yes, make sure you do smash that like button today. And I've got to say, before we get on to it, congratulations to all who successfully entered the giveaway, which was announced. That's a little thank you to all last week. For those you didn't know, did an announcement last week that there will be a competition going out to win a Parkside engraving tool, which is part of Aldi, obviously. Thank you and well done to all those that successfully entered with the correct answer. And the answer, what the question was. So, by the way, entries closed at midday today, so any entries after that would not have been counted. Last week's stream, I used Phoenix Precision paint, and the question was, what was the code on that Phoenix Precision paint I used? And if those of you who were watching eagerly or watched back on the stream, you would have known that the correct code was P978. If it tries to focus, P978. There it is. There we go. It's focusing. Trying to. P978. So congratulations to those that did get the answer correctly. Your names have been entered into the Wheel of Doom, or Wheel of Names as it's properly called. And we will be doing the draw for that very soon. So stand posted. I do know that I've seen at least 2 of the people that entered in the chat already tonight. So if anybody else that's no, says Brian, let's have a look at the chat. Smash the like button, smash the laptop screen. Hello, Richard. Thank you for joining us, Rich. I don't know why I'm shouting. The microphone's literally right by my head. Everyone's saying hello to one another still. Flymo says, oh, not good. A gentle prod will do, Simon. Thank you. Yes, P978. That's correct. That was the winning code I was looking for from off that tin. So putting your entries there now means nothing. You can't win anything now. Jason knows, but to let you all know, I'm recovering from tonsillitis. Indeed you are. So plenty of ice cream, Robert. Plenty of ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. On a 5-day course of antibiotics. Hi, Jason. On phone, laptop, not playing today. Oh, dear. No problemo. Right. I don't know. I don't want to shut that down because if I do, then I've got to load it back up again. So, I did say we were going to look at starting the signal box today, which I am going to look for. Now, I want some ideas and suggestions from you out there on how I should go about it. Now, I'm wondering whether to do some weathering on it first and then put the boarded up windows in and then weather again, or just put the boarded up windows in and then do the weathering. What do you guys think? And I'm not doing anything special on the weathering. I'm literally going to just slap a load of crappy stuff all over it and see what happens. Well, I'm going to switch the camera because before I do, I've got something to show you. So time to look at my ugly mug. No, that's the wrong picture. That's the wrong menu. So hello, everybody. Hello. Good evening. Good evening to you all. So coming up in the next week or so, we're going to be doing a new building a new product from Scenic 3D scale model printing. We're going to have a go at the vending machine pack that's been released. We're going to have a go at building one of those. Now, usually people say to prime stuff, but I ain't going to prime because I've found that you don't need to. I'm just going to give a light coat of paint before and then give the proper coats. So I have 2 of them. So they'll be going on the platforms. I'd just like also to say a huge thank you to Alan at Dragon Junction. He did give me one of these wonderful Red Dragon stickers that I completely forgot about. I found it in the bag earlier. So car sticker, that's going to go on my car. Thank you very much. I've totally forgotten about it. And I've also, and I have got somewhere for this. Oh, right. I didn't know there was that many. I didn't know there was 3 in there. Also been given this to try out. Now, I'm not sponsored or anything. It's not sponsored products or anything. These are purely for stuff that I've got and I'm going to have a go at amongst hundreds of other kits that I've got from all different manufacturers. I'm also going to be having a go at these 00 gauge TMD floodlights. Now, yeah, it says TMD floodlights, but they can pretty much be used anywhere. But they are primarily designed for TMD. Now, as you know, I've already got a load of floodlights on my TMD, but the section beyond on the main board of the layout still needs TMD lights. So that's where these beauties are going to be going. So look out for those coming up in future streams, as well as, like I say, loads of other stuff, boxes and bags of kits down there that I'm going to be working on. But yeah, today we're finally going to get started on really making a hash of this. This is Crossways Point Junction signal box, which is reached by from Finneton Steps, and we're going to start really giving this a good old battering. So I'm not going to get the hammer out, don't worry, but we are going to be boarding up windows. We're also going to, I'm going to see if I can. Yeah, you can separate it. I need to get into the glazing section inside because I need to create some smashed windows effects. And if I just push on that, it's the cellophane, so it's just going to push in. So I need to get inside. And there is a screw in there, so I do need to find a screwdriver. That is a screwdriver, but not the one I'm needing. So that's going to be the fun part, is finding a screwdriver. Or should I say, finding a suitable screwdriver. No, that's it. I need a flathead. That's just a reminder. I've got to take that downstairs when I'm finished. And we have a flat-headed screwdriver. Well, hey, here's one I made earlier. Well, if your boarding falls off, it'll add to the dilapidated effect racing. Indeed, it will. So I'm hoping. Now, I've never. Oh, it does. Hey, look at that. It fell apart just by unscrewing it. So, yeah, we got inside. Now, how is this attacked? Literally, it's just. There we go. It's just literally a piece of cellophane inside. Now, I don't want to clean it up because it's supposed to look filthy. But I also don't want this to be in when I'm gluing in there because this still needs to remain loose. What's that section? That's another small section. That is glued in. Right, so I can actually board that section. So I want your ideas on how to go about this. It helps if I'm actually looking on a bigger screen. Can do them on greaseproof paper and cut to shape. Let's have a look. Triangle signal box. Yes, it is a Hornby triangle. Yes, triangle signal box. Did I just see someone say, Jeff saying good evening? Jeff, just been mentioning your kits. Just a coincidence. Ha ha. He says, Stairway to Finneton. Raymond, there's an ancient signal box with boarded up windows not too far from my house. The railroad keeps repainting it. Now, I was sent some pictures of a boarded up signal box some time ago. Thin bits of hot glue, Jake. I mean, hot glue guns downstairs. But I'm going to show you a little trick, if I can find it. There, that's what I'm after. On how to make this sort of glazing look smashed. I've been told this. I've not tried it, but I've been told it. Now, I don't know which side you're supposed to do. And it doesn't matter how much of it's done, because obviously some of it's going to end up getting covered over. But what you need is a little file. I've got another one there. It keeps rolling bloody away. Look. A file. Okay. Bit of chicken. And literally the glazing section, you just scrape it. So let me just tilt the camera, if it will. There we go. If it'll tilt anymore. Yeah, there we go. Let me move stuff out of the way. So pretty much you just get it. So I thought it derailed. And literally scratch it in all different directions. And yeah, it's working. It's working. That one might not be very good, actually. It's a bit blunt. That's better. Scratch it and scrape it. Now, it might look absolute pants when you first do it, but put loads of lines in it, scratch loads of lines in it. So you can do this. You can in your kits, like kits like this. You get the plastic cellophane on the front, so you can get some old kits. So there you go. Look already. See how you just scratch the hell out of it. Score. I'm shaking the camera, so my apologies. And score into it lines as well. There's no need for any special glues or materials. Literally, you've already got it there in front of you. Get some tools and just scratch the hell out of it. Even break it like that. Oh, I've just broke it. That's fine. It's a realistic break. Break it there. That's good. Break it there. Really make it look terrible. And then just get it and put it back in. If I can remember how it went in. Like that. So you're not, if I can get it to go back in, you're not really damaging anything, because it's something that can be, oh, that looks smashing, that does. Now it's back in. It looks right. If we can get it to go back in right. Is that in right? Oh, behind this, there's some slots. Spot it. That's actually come out really well. Now, the problem with this is it's not stuck. It's got a bit of a bow in it. Let me get a bit of light underneath. Hang on. What am I pressing now? I'm pressing things. It looks smashing. So literally, it's something simple like that. So those windows look like the frost. In fact, it might help if I've got something a bit better behind it. Excuse me. Let's see if we've got anything with a bit. Let's put my hand. Don't want to block the light. Try not to block the light, but at the same time, not. Go on, focus. Now, I am, see where it's not pushed into the corners. Which side is it? Where am I looking now? Yeah, that side there. I need to get it so it pushes right into the corners, because this is an old kit. It doesn't sit right in the corners. So, this will be getting some glue on it to make sure it stays right in the corners once it goes in. That looks actually, I'm quite pleased with that already. So we've got, yeah, we've got the smashed glass look. Looks as if you're having a smashing time, indeed. In fact, if I put that back on there now, is that, it's, hang on, the screw's trying to fall out. Yeah, here we are. I'm trying to get a best angle for you, but I'll take photographs of it anyway. Yeah, okay, right, we'll try, forget that one. Let's put that back in there. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that back out now, because I don't want to get anything on that glazing. But what I'm going to do, I'm not fussed about that in there. I'll just drop the screw on the floor. Where's it gone? Because I need to screw that back in. There it is. Typical old try and screw. You get these for your old try and class 37s as well. So right, let's put that back in there. Let's screw that back on. Now, where have I put it? Where have I put it? I had a piece of card somewhere. I had it ready and I've moved it. There it is. So this is quite thick. Just your standard bit of kit card is what I'm going to use for boarding up the windows. But what I'm thinking, do I smash the window through? No. Right, what I want to do is I want to board that up, board the door up. So yeah, well that's the door, but the window for the door, because that's naturally where people would be up messing around. So those side windows there have got to be boarded up, and this side window here, and then again maybe a couple on that side and a few on the front. So I'm not doing any special measurements for this. Good evening, Craig. So no special measurements, although it probably would be easier if I did do measurements, wouldn't it? So the depth I'm looking for is 2 centimeters. Exactly. Yes, 2 centimeters. So it doesn't matter the condition of the card, doesn't matter. Preferably a thinner card would be more ideal for boarded up windows. But bearing in mind also the quality of your cut doesn't matter either. It sounds like the trains are stopped. Right, so what do I need there? I need, oh, that's 2 centimeters as well, but I just want to go a fraction over. Is that about an inch and just under an inch? 2 and a couple of dashes in length. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut a full strip along here, so then I've always got the right length to be playing with. Preferably if your card is really battered and you've already done a load of painting on it or something like that, you could weather up this card even before you cut it, but whether it'll blend it actually in with the signal box after would be you wouldn't really know. Right, so first piece. Did I see Marilyn in there? Did I see Maz in the chat? Someone saying hello to Marilyn. I need to turn that off. It's blinding me in the eyes. Hang on. Just looking through the chat. Anyone that's come in that I've not said hello to? Dinmore Junction's in. Good evening, Steve. Right, carrying on. So first bit of boarded up windows. Now, this is going to be one full piece, but I'm going to make, Marilyn's on, yeah, but I'm going to make it look like more than one piece, if you can get my drift. Now, I don't want that to be a perfectly straight cut, to be honest. I want a slightly wiggly cut. Only slightly. It doesn't have to be perfect. So that's the first. Let's just do a measurement. Yeah, that works well. Now what I want to do is score it to make it look like it's more than one panel. Now, bear in mind, there's two windows. They would probably be 8 foot by 4 foot panels. So we need to make that look like at least 2 that are next to each other. Let's put a score line down. And don't go through. We can even bend it a bit. So there we go. We've got a bit of a score line in there. I'm sure there's a train stopped somewhere. I can hear something clicking. Nobody's going round. No, we've still got a train. Yep, that's working just right. So what I'm going to do now, do I glue that on now? That's actually looking pretty smart, that is. So I glue that on now. I think I will. I'm going to glue that on now. So I'm going to use my trusty super glue gel. Let's get the bin. I'll just clean the end of this nozzle off. There we go. That's better. Nice new tip. And we've got a little tiny bit on there. I'm going to put the super glue on the card. Yep. Don't want too much. Let's just smooth that out. A little bit more on there. Still not quite enough. There we go. Oh, no, it turned over. Ah, no. The joys of modeling live when it all goes wrong. So just smear that up. Now, I did find my tweezers the other day. Ah, there they are. I found them when I had a visitor. So I'm going to glue, drop that on there now. I don't want it to be on perfectly straight. I want it to look a bit haphazard. Because I'm going to do something with it once it's in place and weathered up. Make sure that's sticking in place. I know you can't see properly. Because what I'm going to do, a good old spray activator. Make that set. And don't spray it where the glue is. That should now set. It is. That's nice. Yeah, excellent. So you can see I've not put it on. It would help if I had a light, wouldn't it? I'm using a different camera today. You can see it's not on straight. It looks really rough and ready. So now we're going to do that one. Matt Mars is in. Good evening. Smash the like button while you're here. Where have I put the rest of them? There they are. Right. So this section, let's just give this a measurement. This is exactly 1 centimeter. Now, what I'm going to do here to make it not, I'm going to do this one section, but then cut that way. I might actually cut it into 2 sections. So just 1 centimeter wide. Where's my blade? There it is. There we go. Move that out of the way. Let's honour that up, see how it fits. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, smashing that. It's a nice big thick board. Well, I say, I'm going to go and actually separate this into two pieces because I want a slight gap. But I'm not going to break it off. I'm actually just going to, if I can get it to work, cut halfway along and then separate it like that. So we get a slight gap. You probably can't see it, can you? Okay, so now we're going to apply a bit of glue. We've got some on there. Yeah, I want it that way. Okay, let's get that on. Now again, we don't want it to, we want it to look a bit haphazard, as if it's been slightly damaged. If you can, Trevor, did I see a Trevor in the chat? Trevor, who was it? Trevor Vale, good evening, Trev. And Aaron of Upwell and Onwards. Where's me? Let's just press that down. And that's nicely in place. With a small squirty spray, help it set. So now you can see what I mean. So it's slightly offset. Now I'm wondering if to, because obviously the door's not actually visible. Then again, it's not a glass door, it's a metal door. So we will highlight that with a bit of painting. You can't really see the door, but that's one end. So we're going to go and do a few more. Might do one there, then maybe two there, and then maybe two there, and then again we'll do two on the side or something like that, or one or two on, or do each alternate one. So I don't want it to be all completely covered up because I need to be able to see them smashed windows inside. Right, so we need another singular one. So we need another 1 centimeter. And I said once we've once we've got these on, we can start actually putting some paintwork on it. There we go. Now I'm going to leave this as a full one, but I'm going to score a line through it. I'm just going to score a line. It's going to be a full board. There we go. And a bit of glue on the back. Trying not to get it on my fingers. And we'll put that ever so slightly lopsided. In fact, no, I'm going to put that one straight. There's the tweezers. Now you'll see why I'm putting a line on it in a second. Really why I'm putting the line on. Because I'm going to be adding, I know it might sound daft, but I'm going to be adding a bit of detail, not graphic detail, but, well, yes, and graphic detail, but visual detail to the boards. Right, so there's that first one on. So I'm going to leave those two now, and we'll go to these three here, and I want a 2 on there. Which 2 should we go for? I think the first 2. So this will be 2 centimeter wide. But what I'm going to do here is again score it to make it look like 2 panels, but obviously I'm going to make it look like 4 panels. There we go. So we've got a cross on it. See the cross? Like 4 panels. But like we did with that one there, I'm going to prise one of them open to make it look like it's one of the panels is starting to fall away. So like so, but we prise them open like so, like that. So we get a gap. So we basically want that. Graffiti needed, absolutely. I am going to be looking at acquiring some graffiti for these. Just making sure the glue is in place. Yep. Smash in. Let's give that a spray. Make sure the glue's setting. Quick sip of pop. There we go. Right, so you can see the gap. Just something simple like that creates a gap, and you can see the lines. Now, when I was doing the lines, it'll get me left and right. You can see the lines there. See where I did the lines? In fact, you see it better on that one. If we go back a bit, see it better on that one. Well, it's in line with this bar here, so it's like as if that's a piece of board that's been added on underneath, but they're being butted up against each other. Scott Rails in, good evening. Growler's in as well. Eddie, Edlington Junction, Dan. Hello, Dan. Thank you for joining us. Right, so not going to do any more there. We're going to do one in the middle, just there, and then we're going to do one at the end there. So I need another. What should I do? A 2? Hang on, let's have a look. Should I do a 1 or a 2? I'm going to do a 1. 1 on the end, 1 on the end, and then 2 on here. So don't want to put too much on it. You still want to be seeing side. Well, no, not seeing side. See the poor glazing, the smashed glazing inside. I'm going to do this one at a slight angle. I'm going to cut this so it's as if the board's been done, but the joiner made a mistake. So slight angles. You probably can't see it. Slightly at an angle. As if the joiner didn't get his cutting saw right. Again, you need to score it. Which way up am I going with this one? Should we go it that way? Yeah, that way. So put the score line in. There we go. Bit of glue. So if anyone does graffiti, anyone knows anyone that does graffiti, patches and stuff, I'd be happy to. I keep thinking trains have stopped. I'd be happy to. They don't have to be water transfers, just literally stickers. Or anyone's actually good at doing graffiti. Freehand, that would be good. Right, last ones then. Round the side, I'm going to do these end two here. Yeah. So that's 2 centimeters. Because obviously they're going to be closest up to the hillside where people would have been able to throw stuff at it to smash the windows. If you catch my drift. There we go. That's the last piece I need. Score this. Which side's that? So let's score it. And bend them to separate them. Bend it, stretch it just a little bit more. I've actually done that the wrong way. In fact, no, it's that. Yeah, I've done it the wrong way. Never mind. Scored it on the wrong side. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Let's add the glue. There we go. Now I'm doing this one so it looks like it's not quite over the glass. So it's got a bit of a gap. So if they didn't quite have enough board to cover it all. Yep, that's spot on. Let's give it a spray. There we go. There we go. You can just see it doesn't cover the glass properly. Leaves a gap. Right. So we're done with the glue. We're done with the spray. In fact, no, we're not done with the glue because obviously the glazing's got to go in, but I'll do that afterwards, actually. Right. There's the glazing. Keep that safe. Now, what sort of colours of paints do you guys think? Good evening, Richard. Have you received your bell yet? Ah, yes. Janet Lewis, hello. Good evening. From California, Bill and Janet, thank you for dropping in. Speaking of signal boxes, just finished mine. It looks bloody brilliant. Oh, fantastic. Just wondering, what glue are you using? Cheers, Dan. Some cheap and cheerful glue this was. Super glue gel from a local pound store. Super pound store. Absolutely brilliant. It's only, I think, £1 or £1.50, and it's lasted me ages. I've still got... Oh, good. Well, can you see the line? Yeah, you can just see the line. And I've had this about a year. That's how much you get in there. And obviously, just to speed things up, I'm using me WWS Super Glue Activator. Getting some messages coming in. All right. Thank you, Paul. WW Scenic sending me a link for some graffiti. Thank you so much. I know Wordsworth Model Railways, they do some free stuff. They might actually have some printable graffiti on there. Would mean me sitting there cutting it out, possibly. Been watching, but was on the phone. Timber Surf, good evening. Right. Now we need some paints. So bear with me while I go and grab some. I'll leave you in the view of a few trains. Take that out of the way now. You don't need to see that until later. What paints are we going to use? Now, I want some black wash. So I'm going to, we're going to use some, I've got sleeper grime. I've also got some GWR stock brown. Don't know what that is. I want that as a sanding block. Let's be Tamiya grey. Yeah. Dark grey, yeah, I want that. GWR stock brown. I've got a feeling they're dried up. Aha! Oh, that's another bottle of it. Dark grey, that's light grey. Now let's be green. Aha! Brown, that's what I was looking for. I'll have that as well. So I'm just going to be throwing a load of random colours and muck all over it. Throwing it on, rubbing it off, throwing it on, rubbing it off, that sort of stuff. Got sky grey, yeah. What's that? No idea. what I also want, I need some thinners. There we go, some thinners. Need a little pot. That's got thinners in it. That's got thinners in it, yeah. Yeah, want that paintbrush. More sleepy grime. White. There is one particular paint I'm looking for. I haven't found it yet. That might be one. Or is that the same as that? That's the same as that. I'm looking for my dark wash. I had it. That's because I already had it out. Right, let's bring over these paints. Just some random paints. Oops, I'm pressing on stuff. Right, we'll show you in a moment. Ooh, let me thinners. Paint brushes. Where's the other ones? There they are. The really thin ones. And my cloth. Yes. Right. Let's switch it back now to me. Right, what have we got? Right, we got a pot for some thinners because I don't want to be putting stuff into there. So I've just grabbed a load of grubby colours. Forgot the date for gets. It is the 12th and 13th of October, I think. Some random, we got some sky grey. That is Tamiya. We've got brown Tamiya. We've got dark grey Tamiya. We've got whatever that is. It looks like a burnt orange Revel. A Humbrol. Looks like a grey matte. Is that the same one? But that's a Humbrol again. That's they're both enamels. Two different colours. So literally, I'm going to throw loads of gunk at it. And why have I got two of those? I don't need two. I think these might be dried up. Nope, that's not dried up. So I only need one of them. Is that one dried up? Nope. No, I don't need that one just now. Put that one back in there because I don't want two of the same. So I've got some Sleeper Grime and GWR Stock Brown. So literally, and also I've got my brown wash. In fact, I've got a Sleeper Grime. Oh no, dirt frame as well. That'll be good for around the window frames. You have 24 hours to change, so can ring in the morning, hopefully. All right. Right, so what I'm going to do is, this is obviously very red, isn't it? Let me just move my cursor off that. There we go. This is actually, it's a very red, it's a triangle. What I really, really want to tone that redness down to more of a brown. And these, I want to make them look quite black. May even get some boarding and board those up. I don't know. I might just paint them. Right, so where did I do with my little screwdriver that was using? There it is. So we'll start with really dirty dark colour. What should we go with? I think we should just go for good old brown. Now, let's give it a shake. What I am going to do is use thinners on this. I can't get the bloody thing open. There we go. I'm going to be using some thinners. So first of all, I'm going to use it thick, but then as it dries, I will. I'll have a look. But what I've got is I've got this. It's a weird brush, but that stinks. That stuff does. But this is actually quite thin. Anyway, so literally, I am just going to be ruthless and slap it on. Oh, that's worked. That's straight away. That's taken the red off. Yeah, it's gone brown. Well, that's all right. But it's what I want to do is I don't want to lose the brick effect. I'm actually going to go over those yellow things at the front. I'm going to put boards on them, I think. Because what I want to do, I'm going to apply some thinners to it. I want the yellowish to come still through, but looking really dark and dirty. Yeah, that's actually doing that. I'll be getting a cloth on that in a bit. Right, so as you can see, that's now looking quite brown. What I'm going to do is, because of this, I'm literally just going to go and splash, just like dry brushing, really. That's working. So I'm going over that and then dry brushing back over that, making the window frames. See the window frames? No, you can't really see it very well. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap the camera back over to that one over there. It's got the light on the front of it. What it's doing is it's highlighting the framework, making it look like it's rusty as well. Giving a rust effect. Can't see very well, can you? Let's see if I can. If I tilt that up a bit to me, can I get the light on it? No. Yeah, I'm trying to get it so the light's on it, but at the same time you can see it. So you can see just about see the rusting effect starting on it. Now those boards are going to go darker yet, don't worry. But that's before. Sorry, that's before. You got the redness. After so far, obviously I've covered over them yellows. But watch what I'm going to do now. Before I even use the thinners. So just a quick wipe over like that. Takes the brickwork back a bit. That's actually worked quite well, that has. So the yellows are starting to appear, but looking old and battered. So I'm going to go around the whole lot now with that and do exactly the same thing. And we build up. Just going to build up everything. Again, the door at the side, we need that to look knackered. So again, I'm just going to paint over it. Now remember, now the door at the back, that door, I will be highlighting that out with some extra. I'm not too fussed about the back because it's up against the brick side. But what I do want to do is the white bit. I need to tone the white bit right down, or the cream bit as it actually is. Need to really tone that down. So I'm really plastering it on the cream bit at the back. And then what happens is, as I plaster it on, it wipes itself off as it's starting to dry. So you can see I plastered it all on. But as it starts to dry while I'm doing that, watch what happens. Right? It starts to peel it back off again. You see it peeling it back off? There you go. So we get left with wooden streaks. I'm brushing downwards because obviously rain, works downwards at wood. So at the bottom, it'll be at its worst condition. Yeah. So there we go. Just simple as that. So that'll do at the back. Nearly gone round it now with this. Doing this side, this bottom, this end now. Well, admit straight away, this actually looks better in the brown. So again, dry brush over it. Really making it look filthy. So really looking distressed. Right, that's enough of that. We'll let that dry for a moment. Andy Bennett of Head Bumps is in. Good evening. Hopefully everybody is hitting that thumbs up. Simple effect. What was that? That is Tamiya Brown X9 coding with just a brush like that. It's obviously stuck together now. Now then. So I'll build up different colours on there. What should we go with now? We've got a dark grey. Yeah, dark grey. Yeah, dark grey. Nice and grotty, absolutely. I'm going to leave the roof till very last because obviously I need something to hold on to and I need to put it downwards. So again, this is quite dried up actually. I think that might not be any good now. It's gone quite thick. If I put a bit of thinners in there, that might help. Just a tiny drop. Right, so yeah, some of it's gone in. As I say, most of it went down the side, but it's not. It's gone in. So I might have to leave that for now. But put a bit of thinners in there. This has gone like a bit like a sludge. Green moss at the bottom. Yes, that's coming. That's coming. Don't worry. We're coming to that. That will be when it goes back onto the track work. Let's wipe that bit of thinners up. Let's see if that's helped it at all yet. If not, we'll move on to a different colour. Well, it might be working. No, we've got colour. We've got colour. I don't want too much. Now, most of this grey will end up getting wiped off. I'm just literally dabbing on the framework. I'll show you in a moment. And quite a bit actually. I just thought actually underneath, that's where I think I will have it quite useful. This is where I'm going to need it under. We'll go underneath with that, and that'll get wiped off. Don't want to paint. That's what I'm trying to avoid, actually painting. This is just rough weathering, really rough weathering. Totally novice, rough weathering. The steps, like that door wants grey on it. Steps want to be grey. Really grimy. And again, just briefly, just dusting on the back. Using it as a bit of a highlighter. Yeah, that'll do. You'll see photographs of it. I tell you what, it will look. Zantec, hello. Yes, much better. Chester, I am much better now. Thank you for asking. Right, what are we going in now? I want some lighter colour, but I want a lighterish brown. So, should we go with a bit of frame dirt? We'll change to a different brush. Yes, could do that. No problem, Gary Lester. Thank you for dropping in. Right, I'm going to use this little brush now. Now, this is going to, I need to take a bit off there. It's too much. I just need, in fact, if I do that, that's it. This is to highlight the boards. Because what will happen is the paint will soak into the board and make it look like it's got a grain. Now I've done this before, so I know it works. But what I'll show you. I'll try my best to show you in a moment because I'm going to use. I haven't got any. I wanted some black. So I'm just focusing on the boards. I don't want it to look like a decent paint job, you see. So as I'm putting it on, I'm wiping it off as well. Yeah, that's working. As I see it, I can see it soaking in, and then I can see where I've missed. So you can see boards that I've done here. I can get to that. I know it's shiny at the moment. Boards that I've done here. That's a board I haven't done there. I'll just bring you up for a close look. It will be in the shadow, I'm afraid. So you can see one I've not done here. It's still cleared. You can't see it, but the ones I've done there, and I'm still not finished with them yet, because the black is going to bring quite a bit of a highlight on it. Because I'm layering the different colours, as this dries, the darker colours are coming through. So it looks like it's weathered, stained. Yep. And again, round this side. And where the scores are, it highlights the score marks. Apologies if I'm not catching up with the chat. It's the joys of only being one person. When you've got two people, one can observe the chat while the other one's diddling away, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that looks splendid. Right. Have I finished with that? Not quite. Need to do that in there as well. Framed it. I'll be wiping that off underneath. Do it patchy. Because you've got the greys in there over the brickwork. Different colours. Mixing them in. Side's not that important because you literally are not going to see it. This side is though. And I've just remembered something I've got to do here. And that is wipe that door. I'll wipe the door. Yes. It's doing what I wanted it to do. There we go. So that I was trying to do. It looks like a bit of a rusted door, metal door. But it's yellow. Joberton's in. Good evening. How the devil are you? What I also need to do is just wipe off the front again to blend the different colours through. Downwards, mainly. We'll do the full side area as well in steps, just to wipe off all the excess. Smashing. It also helps take the shine off because it's not dry. There you go, that's better. Very distressed. Heavily distressing, that is. Right, let's put the lid on that. I need some black. I would use the Indian ink, but that'll be extremely too runny. No, that's great. I want the black. That's because it's up here, so I can't find it. I only want a little tiny, and I mean tiny amount of this. So I'm going to use this brush again. So what I'm going to do is just squeeze it out onto the lid. And just dab that. And this is where the boards pop now. And I'm going to dry brush on them. Oh, need a bit more. Kind of dry brushing on them. around their edges. Get the cloth now. Just wipe off the excess. Yes, it's done exactly what I wanted. He's giving it a chance just to soak into the edge of the card, so it starts giving the boards dimension against the model. Don't have to be bad. Doesn't have to be amazing. It just needs to be on there. Give it a chance to, and it can be any black. You can use anything that you can wipe off afterwards. This is an acrylic, so it's easily, doesn't take long. It takes a while to dry, so it can easily be wiped off. If you make a mistake, who cares? It just looks rough and rusty. So I've not done that line there. Just let that dry a little bit. Now around this side, that door, I'm going to put a light coating of black over this door, just to highlight it a little bit. Just the door, not the frame. Yeah, perfect. Old rusted old door. Going around the boards. And this side. Down the middle of the lines. Let's highlight the cuts in the board. Now, the cloth. And wipe downwards, because that gives you your streaking effect. Yep, that's enough. Yep, that's good. Oh, missed one. There we go. So that's worked wonders, that has. Yeah. So now in the shadow, can you see where the black has highlighted the board joins? That was the idea, and it's worked. That was the last. Just wipe a bit more off that one. That'll do. So yeah, and oh, you can't see it. Literally, all I wanted to do was paint that door there black, so it just makes it stand out from the model. So if it wants to take some pictures of this, it'll show up much better. What I'm also just going to do is I'm just going to dry brush what's left on this brush around the edge of the brickwork, the window frames as well. fact, I might. So where have I just put that now? I'll just have a little bit more on that because that effect is actually working very well. Just highlight the window frames a little bit. They look like they're rusting. So yeah, use black as a highlighter. Yeah, that's working. It's highlighting joins. Now there is, I've just noticed on this, there is some old like drain pipes molded in. So I'm just going to try and make them just pop out a little bit. I'm just swiping down them with the black. They make them stand out a bit. But no, you're not going to see these drain pipes because they're around the back anyway. But it's just there just so you can see them. And any excess black just gets wiped off. There we go. Oh, wobbling the camera, sorry. That's looking quite stunning, that is. That's looking very good. Once I've done all this, I'll give it a coat of matte varnish actually as well, just to seal in all that lot. I think, I know what I'll do. Just highlight this doorway as well. And then just wipe off excess. That's better, yeah. Just darkened it down a bit. That's really looking like rusted door. You're not going to be able to see it in this light. I do apologise. But yeah, it's coming along good. It does look better in person, that I can say. Just darken up the black area. Smashing. Right, I'll get some pictures of that. That is definitely just missing now graffiti. Let me see if I can tilt that down and get a better light on there for you. So that is definitely just missing some graffiti now. It's looking very tired indeed. So let's say just literally slapping some random coloured paints on it until basically it looks dilapidated, and it certainly does. I'm quite pleased with that. Those boards have come out much better than I actually thought they were going to come out. Yeah, they certainly have. And once it's got like graffiti on it, and then weathered the graffiti as well, and then we had some foliage around it, some green ivy growing up it. especially stuff that's growing off from the embankment at the back, kind of growing over it. I will do the roof, although the roof is actually quite well worn anyway, and the roof would have been, yeah, not going to do it now. In fact, I'll tell you what I could do. Let me just try something. No, I don't want that one. That was terrible. So, I don't know if these roofs would have been like lead. Obviously, in the manufacturing at Hornby, these are painted. So it's just scratched a bit of the black paint off just to see what it would do. So it looks like it could have been lead roof, but it's looking a bit worn now. But there we go. I'll put the glazing back in after it's add. Perhaps have a few windows missing. Yeah, well, wherever I put it. This is the smashed glass. I could cut sections out of it once it's back in. I could literally just put a screwdriver through it and smash them through. But with the scoring, it'll look all right. Because obviously you're not going to see all of it because a lot of them are boarded up now. So what I'm going to do, let's helps if I haven't got glue on the end of my screwdriver. There we go. It's El Separato. Let's put it back in and let's see what the effect is we've got now. Obviously, I will take some pictures of this. All done. Oh yeah, that's actually looking pretty smart, if I must say so. Yeah, now you can see this because I've darkened and added the frame, the boards. The actual glazing is standing out a bit now. You're not going to be able to see it. Tell you what, I'm going to switch to that camera over there, and you'll see better because I've got the lighting on that camera. Right, switch camera. Right. Right. Let's see what it's like. It's too dark without it. Get a side angle view of it. There you go. So you can see the effect there. That scraping the glazing gave it a smashed glass look, and you can see the black around the edges of the board, along the trim, made it stand out. And that's literally just throwing some random colours, random paints, different enamels, acrylics, just literally throwing it on, wipe it off, throw it on, wipe it off. I think that definitely gives an effect of an abandoned signal box indeed. That's it. Do you know what? I'll just take that back a bit. That's screenshot material there, isn't it? Let's just get it a bit of a better angle. I think there we go. Someone grab a screenshot of that. That signal box looks well battered. It does. Now, if anyone's been to Basford Sidings down by the new Bowie factory, sometime you used to be able to get right up to the sidings down there. And you can see they've got a signal box there that's all battered. And it looks very much like that. I think the boarding on that is green. But I wanted this, so it's quite new boarding. But I wanted the boarding to look on this to look really dilapidated, really bashed. I wait until the DB loco has passed. No problem, Robert. You sleep well, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, the Windows has come out exceptional. The Windows stands out a lot more now, obviously, because the boards are on the Windows because they're the ones that have been smashed. The others have been broken but haven't fell through. So the scorping and makes them look like they're cracked, but they haven't fell out yet. Yeah, I think it's going to look rather splendid in position. That is right. So, while we're all looking at that, it's time to do the draw for the prize that I announced was going to be given away this week. So let me just bring you back to me. Let's bring me back on. We'll come back to that in a moment. Right. So last week, I said that I was going to do a quick random giveaway for this little tool here. Not this one, this one. And it was a Parkside engraving tool. Totally brand. It is brand new. It's never been opened. It is still sealed. Excuse me. It is still sealed. So I've never had it out the box. It's never been out of the box. It's been brand new. I think I acquired it, and basically someone thought I was it would be a tool for me to use, and it's not for me particularly. So it's never been used, and I've had it stored away underneath down there amongst the boxes. I found it, and it's been there for a while. So I thought, why not? I bet there's someone out there that would love this little gadget for some use on your layout, maybe. So you mean we can't have Mr. Barnabas? Oh, buenas noches, Marcus So yeah. So I did put a post out. Later on after the stream, and I said, or was it the following morning? During the stream, I used a Phoenix Precision paint. What was the code on the paint? Well, it was this paint, and if you got P978, you got the right answer. And I can confirm we do have a number of people with the right answer. Let me get a drink. Got a dry throat. And I have ready all the entries in the Wheel of Doom. So no, we're not doing numbers. We're not doing numbers. Those that got it right were, no, it's not sponsored by Pepsi, were 3. Only 3 got it right. Only 3 people got it right. So let me just put that into full screen mode. And those people were Mav and I'm not going to pronounce it, Mav. I'm just going to say Mav, the Mav Meister. Mark and Lisa of Moneybrook Junction, and Richard Swiderski. Richard from Northwich. So those are the only 3 that got it right. I did have a couple of others. There weren't many entries, I'll admit, but there were a couple that got it wrong. So commiserations. It did clearly say there was 1 entry per person. So if you did get it wrong, unfortunately, you weren't eligible for a second entry. But yes, we are going to do, there are only 3, so we're going to do last man standing. Quite correct, Simon. We're not going to just spin for the winner. We're going to spin to see who gets knocked out first. So I'll give it a shuffle. When it decides to. There we go. We're shuffling. So I'm going to keep shuffling. And now I'm going to count to 10. Count from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, here we go. First person to drop out is going to be so this is not the winner. This is the first person being knocked out. So whoever it stops on is out, and we'll be left with 2 others. So the first one out is going to be. Is it going to go? Oh, Mav, you've been saved. Commiserations, Mark and Lisa. You've been knocked out for the prize. Well, thank you so much for entering. We have a winner. No, we don't. But yeah, sorry, Mark and Lisa of Moneybrook Junction. You are out. You have been eliminated. That leaves 2. So I'm going to do a shuffle again. So we're left with just the 2 names left. One of these 2 lucky people will be the winner of the prize. Are we ready? So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spin. So the next person's name to come up is eliminated, leaving us with 1 name. Who will be the winner? Who will it be? Will it be Mav or will it be Richard? Good luck to you both. Oh, Richard. Oh. It's still going. It's still going. It's still going. Is it going to stop on Mav or is it going to creep round? I think we've got a winner. Congratulations, Mav. You have been knocked out, which leaves Richard as our winner. Congratulations, winner. Richard, you are our winner tonight. Let me take that off solo, exit full screen. So yes, Richard, congratulations. This is yours. You are the proud owner of this Parkside engraving tool. Congratulations. Commiserations to those other 2 that did successfully enter. Sorry, Moneybrook, Mark and Lisa. Sorry to Mav. Commiserations. But yes, Richard, you are the winner. Thank you so much for entering. Rich, I'll sort out about this getting over to you. Fandabby Dozy. Right. Richard is having a heart attack. Right. So, oh dear, excuse me. Pepsi repeating. Tez needs a cup of tea now. Yeah, I could do with a cuppa myself now. So, congratulations, Richard. Thank you for participating. There will be more giveaway draws coming soon. I've yet to finalize. I need coffee. I need coffee as well to finalize the details on that. But I can confirm that the channel members will be receiving the next giveaway prize. And it's something with wheels. I can tell you it's something with a lot of wheels. So next week is a little special, 6 ounces of ham. But if anybody is in the Shifnal area on Sunday, I'll be there. You go in the club tomorrow. What day is it tomorrow? Friday. Probably. Possibly. I'm not sure, but possibly. I might just bob in. I am due to a visit soon as wagon wheel 6-pack. I'm not giving any answers. I'm not giving any clues away to what the prizes are. But those who are my channel members, they do know what's potentially up for grabs. Some items that I've been showing, so they will get to. They seen them and Sunday. Why Volvo spares? Oh, don't know what. Oh, right, yeah, Volvo's in Shifnal, isn't it? No, I'm not. I will be at Idsall High School. I will be at the Idsall High School in Shifnal on Sunday from about 9 o'clock till about 5. So if anyone's in the area and you fancy just having a chat and a catch up, come and find me. You won't miss me. I'll be a tall 6'3" bloke with DRS. No, yeah, with DRS at him. Your brother went there. Oh, right. Shopping trolleys. I know, but keeping my mouth shut, says Simon. Shifnal, yeah. That's where I'll be. Near Telford, which I know is where Brian lives, which is where he just said his brother went there. So, yeah, I'll be there on Sunday for several hours. So if you're passing by and you got an outdo, come and bob your head in. What's on? I'll let you know. I won't say on here because it's to do with children. I can't say anything more because it's to do with children. But it's an event on there. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Apologies for being 30 minutes late, but a huge thank you to Mark O'Donegal, Dad, for taking on the extra 30 minutes on his stream before I did manage to get online tonight. We'll be back again next week. And next week is going to be your shout-out show. I've been asking for people to email me, barnabasjunction@gmail.com, if you want a shout-out for your channel or you know of a channel that deserves a shout-out. Next week's show is a shout-out special. We'll be focusing on channels. Now, what I will stress is channels must be less than 1,000 subscribers to receive a shout-out from me, as I only think it's fair. The less subscribers, the better, but they must have model railway content as their primary subject or their only subject on their channel. So if you know somebody that deserves a shout out, get in touch with me. You can get in touch with me privately as well if you know me on social media, or if you don't, then email me, barnabasjunction@gmail.com, with your suggestions or requests. So that is about it. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me this evening. I will get some photographs of that signal box as it is so far. I'll get them thrown out to my channel members. They'll get to see that. Don't shout mine out. You get your shout out numerous times already. I know one, too, says Jeff. Yeah, well, let me know. I know of at least one, says Timber. Fantastic stuff. Again, a huge thank you to my moderators. I've got to say they do an absolutely stunning job on my channel. I could not manage this channel without their assistance. So please, big round of applause for the moderators on my channel. and obviously any moderators on your channels or other channels that you watch. They all do a fantastic job. And just to alert that the Moderators Awards is set to return soon. We all know that the fabulous Fly Mod Chairman won the Mega Mod. He was the successful winner last year. He got first prize. But yeah, the Moderator Awards will be returning soon. More on that in future streams. But thank you, as always, for those that are channel members. I could not do these streams and with these products without your support. Without that, I would say I don't know where I would be today. Thank you so much for every single one of them for their support. They are absolutely superb. For those that are obviously the channel members, whether you do donations from channel memberships or you send anything via super chats, just like Shortbread Andrew does. I still got my shortbread here. I'm waiting for him to arrive in the stream. I was hoping he would do today so I could eat a piece of shortbread that he sent over some funds to buy. But yeah, thank you to all the super chats as super thankers. You can do super thanks as well by look on old content on this channel. Click on the super thanks. If you liked what you saw, drop it a super thanks. I'd greatly appreciate it. Or if you'd simply just like to be involved with the channel as well, you can become a channel member from as little as 99 pence a month. What can you get these days for 99 pence? You couldn't even get a paintbrush, can you, for that? Yes, thank you, everybody, for your support. There are other levels of membership. Feel free to have a look. There is a join tab on the main homepage of the channel. But until next week, take care of yourselves. I will be back with that special shout-out show next week. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. Stay safe, stay well, and keep on modelling. Until next week. Ta-ra!